All right, good afternoon, guys. I am Justin Perryman, and I'm here with our debut podcast. I'm here with
Marissa Rodriguez,
Kirsten Latino,
Troy JC,
Isis Kirkland,
and together we make the podcast Newark, What's the Tea? Guess our first cup of tea, our first topic is a bit of a disheartening topic. 4 young women were shot at the candlelight vigil in Newark's South Ward. Out of the 4 young women who were shot, one of the women were in critical condition. However, they have recently deceased.
This incident happened around 9:15 p.m. on Bergen and Madison Ave in Newark on Saturday, January 26, 2019.
16-year-old Jayla Green was shot in the head Saturday evening while she and some friends were at a candlelight vigil at the scene of another tragedy. That SUV hit a utility pole, flipped onto its roof, rammed that minivan, and plowed into that house Friday, killing the 2 teens inside.
I'm just thinking about all their families, like what they must be going through. Like 4 young women were hurt. Well, 3 were hurt. One is now deceased.
Yeah.
Our prayers go out with Jayla Green.
Next topic is the government shutdown that was recently lifted. So I know there are a lot of very angry people about that, because with the shutdown, a lot of people were not able to get paid for their work. 800,000 employees were furloughed, and that means that they were given a leave of absence, and they have yet to see their pay.
It's actually because Trump wanted the U.S. tax dollar, the $5.7 billion, to fund the wall, but in his words, the Democrats aren't allowing it.
So do you guys think that, are they quitting their jobs because of this, or are they still working?
Some definitely quitting.
No, they're still coming into this working without pay.
A lot of for a lot of these workers, that job was all they had to put food on their table, to buy things for their children. So if I were them, I wouldn't quit either.
But on Instagram, there was this one woman, she said she's been working for the government for like 20 years, and they demanded her to come in and work without pay, and if she didn't, then she'd get fired. She's been working there for 20 years and to get fired because of the Trump.
He's the only one who actually wants the wall. Everybody's like asking, okay, if you want the wall, why are you asking us to fund it?
When he ran for president, it was, oh, Mexico's gonna pay for the wall. Mexico's gonna pay for the wall. And that's what he promised all the people that voted for him, and that's how he won. But now, he's like, oh, I'm gonna shut down the government and not give millions of Americans their tax money, their paychecks, because I'm not getting the wall that I want them to pay for.
Speaking of Trump, basically our mayor, the mayor of Newark, Mayor Ross Baraka, has written a letter addressing Trump, trying to see if he can persuade him to not pay too much attention in putting money towards a border, and to actually put money within the city, cities like Newark, removing this dangerous amount of lead from the water. So any points on that?
Well, as I know, to this day, Trump still did not respond to the letter that he wrote, and Newark is under his, supervision, because 50 states, New Jersey, Newark. But I feel like he's not taking what's actually important under consideration, and just focusing on the wall. The wall.
I thought about myself and my relatives that we do live in Newark, and we are using that water to cook, to do many different things, and how in the long run that could affect us too, just like it affects everybody else. But I did hear that now they're giving out filters to help control the problem, but it's still not a solution.
It takes lots of money to take out pipes and systems from old buildings that are within this whole city. So how about we focus on what needs to be focused on, and the betterment of our children. I'd say that's very important. Segment 2, mind versus reality. We are here to talk about depression and some ways that you can cope with it, and what are some symptoms. So basically the definition of depression is feelings of severe despondency or dejection. So going off of that, do you happen to have any views on it?
I know a friend. Let's say her name was Ashley, and it was around the time she was entering high school, and the high school that she went to, it wasn't like her middle school, it was like a different culture, the people were different, everything that they did there was different. So she didn't kind of, you know, blend in. So everybody would make fun of her because of what she did, and she was just different. So she became depressed, and honestly it led to suicide. And I mean, to this day, she's still alive, but she found ways to cope with it. Mostly she talked to her parents, her friends, and then she also talked to her guidance counselor, which was a very big help because she felt like that her friends would just be like, oh, you're at school, stuff happens, just get over it. And the parents would say, oh, because her parents are also from a different culture, so they would just be like, deal with it, it's gonna pass by, plus it's just a phase.
Like you said, a lot of people don't really take depression seriously, like especially like some parents are like, oh, it's just a phase, like you're a kid, what do you, like, why are you sad, you're just a kid, what do you have to worry about? And I feel like that's the reason why we have to like talk about it even more, because it's becoming an epidemic. Like people are killing themselves more than they're killing other people, and especially among Black youth and youth in general.
I don't know anyone in particular who's dealing with depression, but I have seen it in my school. I see one of the symptoms is isolation. I've seen like a lot of people in my school isolating themselves from like other groups of people.
So basically, you know, to wrap it up, if you are suffering with depression, then there are lots of places in which you can reach out to and that can get you that help. You know, you can speak to your, you know, it could be a social thing that you have your friends and your family for, or if it's something much more serious, you can speak to your guidance counselor at your school as well. Colleges, they have them as well. So please, you know, reach out because you are important. And moving on to a bit of a more fun topic, segment 3, the drip.
So basically drip is like what you find appealing, like your own style, what you want to wear, what you think other people would like to see you in.
Newest drip, Chinese New Year 12's coming out. Those are gonna be some. I mean, they sort of look like the taxis to me, to be honest. They need to pick a different color scheme. But I guess ain't nothing wrong with the classic, right?
I see all them boys cutting off their
She the only
jungles on their head,
See,
finally
we
brushing
can't
them.
do that. We ain't got waves. We can't talk about that.
Hey, I got weight. I got weight.
But now the waves are coming up and it's swimming, honestly.
Nobody even heard what she said anyway.
Oh, lots. Honestly, if you want to get your hair down to the floor, you want to be growing, you want to have inches, get them locks because they be helping. And you're fine. You got it. Next topic.
So now let's get it off our chest. Let's talk about violence in Newark. What's up? 4 girls shot, 1 dead now, 3 injured. What's going on? What about all the families that are hurting? How is this gonna affect the future generations? We're supposed to be moving up, not moving back. In October, North Star gets shut down for a bomb threat. My nephew's there, he's 5. What's going on? Come on, Newark, do better.